Nestor Isidro Perez Salas was not just a security chief, he was the face of a new generation, alias El Nini or 019, a man who understood that in modern Culiacan, power is not just exercised, it is flaunted in 4K. He lived in a dystopia of excess, exotic tigers as pets, gold-plated weapons, and a fierce loyalty to Los Chapitos. But behind the luxury and the influencer life hid the architect of the most violent operations of the last decade, the man who turned the streets into a tactical battlefield. But in the world of crime, no one is undetectable forever. His fall was not just a blow to the organizational chart, it was the end of an era of aesthetic impunity. Today we break down the life, the luxuries, and the mistake that ended the empire of the 19th. Nestor Isidro was born in Tijuana, Baja California, known for being extremely violent and a sociopath. He liked modified cars and participating in street races, a life marked by excess. At a very early age, he went from being a simple messenger to a popular gunman. He wished to be known and to work directly for important people in the structure. His role model was Chino Antrax. Along with some friends, he founded the group of the Ninis, an armed command of underage youths who were willing to react violently to any request the bosses made. Once he acquired power, he positioned his team in different safe houses or offices, as those sites are known in code, and in addition to his work as an enforcer, he was tasked with opening illegal dispensaries across the city. He was ruthless and arrogant. He eliminated targets for pleasure without needing to be ordered, but he was extremely loyal, and that was what made the leader of the Los Chapitos position him as a man of trust and power in the structure. He was the character entrusted with the responsibility for all violent and tactical tasks in the city of Culiacan, Sinaloa. His loyalty and dedication to the task given to him made him rise quickly, and he became not only a figure who enforced the law of the organization, but its primary promoter. In the organization, he fulfilled the role of a social manager. That was how the Nini's corporation grew. He became the leader of the armed wing operating in the city. The boss gave him more weapons and tactical gear, as well as more people at his service. His power in the city grew like foam. That power made him feel untouchable, and certainly he was. With an ego already overflowed, he constantly requested songs, corridos, to be composed so the entire population would know he was the one in charge of the Culiacan Plaza. These same songs would be used by intelligence agencies as a source of information to capture him shortly after. The wealth so boasted on social media was not the product of personal profits acquired through business, but the product of appropriating cars, properties, and merchandise from groups with whom his boss had conflict. Having reached a high point in his criminal career, he no longer participated in operations personally. He dedicated himself to giving orders, talking, and even fighting with other commanders over radio frequencies. Which would leave traces of his voice and personality that he himself enjoyed having broadcasted. Always being present on the communication lines was what led to him being blamed by the media as the main person responsible for the Culiacanazo. After the start of the pandemic, his popularity overflowed. He was known for posting his luxuries and for the numerous songs that spoke of him. His income sources at this point were varied. He had illicit laboratories in the city, stole shipments from members of the same group, and committed atrocities with impunity and the permission of the bosses. All those wrongdoings and oversights caused his early downfall. In the year 2023, a first attempt was made to capture him in the Miguel Hidalgo neighborhood within the city, but he managed to escape, and they were only able to secure weapons and cars. These cars, thanks to the corruption of the justice system, were returned shortly after. A famous song called La People, composed by singers Peso Pluma and Tito Double P, narrates this event. In July 2023, a second seizure was made at the Tamarindo Ranch. That day they secured stolen cars and 2 cloned Navy patrols. These cloned patrols are used to go unnoticed. That same year, a group of Ninis kidnapped and eliminated the family of an informant. This event caused authorities to go out with megaphones asking for their release.
Regresen a los 6 secuestrados o se va a inundar.
But the objective failed. The bodies were found in the state of Durango. This unfortunate event was the trigger for his capture. On November 22, 2023, he was captured in a safe house in the northern sector of the city in Colinas de las Riveras. They captured him because he had arrived to sleep at that house after a sleepless night. They found him without escorts, without cars, and without a radio to warn him that he was surrounded. That day, no confrontation occurred, nor an attempt at rescue. The great plaza boss spoken of in the songs was detained completely alone and transferred to Mexico City without any difficulty. Just 4 months later, he was extradited to the United States. This has been Malverde Cyberpunk. Subscribe for more deep dives into Mexican crime.